One Punch Man, 8 Strange Skills at the Beginning. Chapter 1. One Punch, 8 Strange Skills at the Beginning. One Punch Man plus Ghost Slayer plus Chi Tong plus Hokage plus Spirit Cage plus Pirate plus Spell plus 0. After crossing the One Punch Man world, Luo Yu opened a god-level deduction system. When playing the 8 magical skills, I learned that I need to fight monsters to collect energy to speed up the game. But it seems that there are not enough monsters, so is it feasible to create monsters and build a monster farm? Sykes, everything follows the masters will miss Zhu Shi, since it is to save the world, Zhu Shi is willing to give everything. Orochimaru, thinking about such a crazy idea is exciting by Uekue, since everything is under your control, Uekue is also happy to help. Chapter 1 8 Wonders. Hey! My body is sore. It's like I just ran a marathon. Luo Yu murmured while rubbing the sore parts of his body. There were beads of sweat on his forehead. He looks like a clown with a red ball on his nose. But it is still difficult to hide the correctness of the facial features and the handsome face. After slowing down, he observed the situation around him. Everything is so unfamiliar. He was lying on the side of the road to rest. The surrounding buildings have never been seen before. The clothes she is wearing are also weird. But the next second, a large number of memories suddenly emerged in his mind, and he rolled around with soreness and pain. After digesting the memory in his mind, Luo Yu suddenly understood. It turned out to be time travel. It seems to be different from the original Blue Star. But I seem to be some kind of hero now. It's not long since I was promoted to B rank. It's a strange profession. Wait, S-Class seems to be called Tornado King or something. Isn't this One Punch Man world? After discovering this, Luo Yu finally knew where he had traveled to. This is the world of One Punch Man. A world full of monsters. A world where Blue Star can be bombarded at will. He is the last hero of B rank. Although the strength is indeed a little bit, but not too strong. It's fairly easy to deal with the weakest wolf-level monsters. But if it is stronger, it is very reluctant. Tell the truth. He really doesn't want to come to this world, let alone be a hero. Because of his current strength. Ghost-level creatures can completely crush him. And dragon-level creatures destroy cities and towns at every turn, and thousands of people die. Maybe with bad luck, he will also become one of those 10,000 people. What makes life even more hopeless is that freaks appear very frequently, almost every day in every town, there will be one or two more or less. Restless night sleep. Even if you are an ordinary person, you have to be wary. But he is a hero, almost at the forefront of resisting the monster army. It's a really bad start, let's just resign, anyway, it's about the same salary as a normal job. Doo-doo. Suddenly the phone rang, interrupting Luo Yu's thinking. Look at the familiar number. Luo Yu hesitated for a while before connecting. Hey, is that Mr. Clown? In the factory building 10 kilometers away from you in the northeast of the B area, a strange person shaped like a fan suddenly appeared, a disaster-level tiger. Also please come to support as soon as possible. Okay, I see, I'll be there as soon as possible. After agreeing casually, Luo Yu hung up the phone. But he never moved. Because he is not affected by his original body, he has little sense of responsibility as a hero. He just wants to live a good life now. He promised that the other party would go there, but he would only wait and see first. If there were other heroes, he wouldn't fight the monsters hard. In such a dangerous world after all. Survival is the most important thing. Ding! It is detected that the host has been fused with the body, and the god-level deduction system is activated. Basic abilities are being developed for you. Host, Luo Yu. Age, 20. Lifespan, 69. Combat power, 1250, weak tiger level. Ability, none. Playing, 8 wonders, 0%. Deduction energy, 0. A continuous system tones are heard. See the system panel appearing in retina. Luo Yu's heart was filled with turbulent waves, and a look of great surprise appeared on his face. He is not unfamiliar with the system, and he also knows the 8 wonders. Although the 8 magical skills are not enough to make him the strongest, at least the life guarantee is there. If you can get all the 8 odd skills, God-level monsters dare not say. It is still possible to defeat the dragon-level monster. Moreover, it may be possible to acquire other abilities in the future, and it is not a dream to become the strongest in the world. Ding! The first game will automatically advance you by 15%. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the Tongshanlu. A large amount of information flooded into his mind instantly, and Luo Yu felt dizzy for a while. But in the next second, I roughly understood the knowledge of the unfamiliar talismans in my mind. The haze in his heart was much less. Tongshanlu. Simply put, it is a talisman that can easily use the power of heaven and earth. But in fact, it can fight, run, sleep, and exorcise evil spirits, and even give birth to a child. The wide range of functions can be called a panacea. Having acquired such an amazing ability, Luo Yu's mood suddenly brightened a lot. System, how long does it take to complete all the 8 wonders? Ding! Judging from the current progress, it will take 3 more years to deduce the remaining parts of the 8 wonders. 3 years? Luo Yu was stunned. If the 3-year period comes, will the ashes be gone? After all, even if Tongshanlu is escorted, it may not make him safe. You must know that in the world of One Punch Man, weirdos will unite in the end. At that time, there will be a large number of weirdos in every city, and the strength will be beyond the imagination of ordinary people. Judging from the information he currently has, this has not happened yet. 3 years is so long, so why wait? System, is there a way to speed up the deduction? Ding! If you want to speed up the game, you need to collect energy. Energy can be drawn from dead monsters. When Luo Yu heard this, his eyes lit up. It turned out to be energy, and there really is a way. The level setting of the system is also very deliberate, even using the monster level. Tiger-level monsters are generally more than 1,000 strong, and I have reached 10,000 now. Even the ghost level can stand a fight. The tiger level is completely captured. Such a stable situation, of course, choose to kill monsters. Chug chew. The old motorcycle engine kept making a slightly delayed sound. The scenery around me kept going backwards and backwards, and the flow of people became less and less. From time to time, you can see a few heroes wearing different clothes to help evacuate the crowd. And look into the distance. Soon you can see the factory building with broken glass outside. Several imposing heroes, dressed in different clothes, surrounded the factory building. It seemed like there was an argument with someone. At this time, One Punch Man, 8 strange skills at the beginning chapter 2. The phone in Luo Yu's pocket suddenly vibrated. Hey, is that Mr. Clown? There is a mistake in the rating of the fan monster. It is actually a ghost monster. It is now the responsibility of the Fubuki team to eliminate it, you don't have to go there. Ghost class. Luo Yu's face was very strange, and he replied after thinking for a while, okay, I see. Hang up. He ignored what he had just heard. Continue to drive the motorcycle to the factory. There is no need to panic if a tiger-level monster becomes a ghost-level monster, because the ghost level generally has a combat power of more than 5,000, so you can still go and see it. After all, he didn't go there to express himself, and there was still Fubuki Gumi in front of him. There are more than 20 B-level heroes, and at least one wave can be consumed if they can't beat the ghost level. It would be even better if the freaks were really eliminated by the Fubuki team. Best to pick it up as soon as you get there. Anyway, the hero's duty and responsibility or something, really didn't feel much to him as a newcomer. Chapter 2 Hell Blowing Snow. In front of the factory. Several heroes seem to have given up their plans to deal with ghost-level monsters. Especially after the 2 luxury cars stopped. They are even walking in a hurry, for fear that people who get off the bus will make things difficult for them. Luo Yu was farther away from the ground. But he still clearly saw that beautiful woman in a snow-white cloak. She has short black hair, green eyes, tall stature, fair skin, beautiful face, and sharp eyes, which is really amazing. It's no doubt the Hellbookie from the anime. However, although her group has many top B-level heroes, it should be reluctant to deal with ghost-level monsters. Could it be that the ghost-level monster is not very strong? In any case, Luo Yu is very hopeful. She can lead the whole group and annihilate the ghost-level fan monster in one fell swoop. But he remembered that Fubuki seemed to roll over often. Ahem, if these 20 people really can't do it. The big deal is to find a good time to start. Not a big deal either. After the members of the Fubuki team poured into the workshop, the movement inside became even louder. This weirdo, the ability to manipulate the wind is so strong. But Fubuki-san is here, so it should be fine. With Fubuki-san's ability, I can definitely defeat it. The heroes in the factory who were struggling with the fan monster, heard the familiar sound of high-heeled shoes, and immediately knew that it was Hellblow Snow. They all showed joy, and they had not yet defeated the fan monster, as if they had seen the dawn of victory. However, Fushue, who was walking slowly, could indeed completely ignore the gust of wind, as if the gust of wind could not hurt her at all. After throwing the cloak on his body to the men beside him, her lips pursed into a charming arc, "Don't get in the way here, go away, just leave it to me here." A spherical barrier formed around the blowing snow in the strong wind. Fubuki, who has psychic ability, is only the first B-level hero. But the actual strength is placed in the A level, and it can also be ranked very high. I'm afraid this is the strength of her battle with ghost-level monsters. The voice fell, and the aura suddenly changed. Fushue's eyes immediately became very sharp, and her long hair stood up in the sky. Countless gravel all over the body, floating in the air. Hell blizzard. The gravel was dense like rain, and it rushed towards the fan monster frantically. The crackling sound constantly sounded on the fan monster. Under such an intensive attack, the shell of the fan monster was cracked. But its fans suddenly turned on, and the strong wind even stopped the flying stone in an instant, and blew it back in the direction it was coming from. Chueshue's pupils shrank with fright, and her pretty face was pale. "Haha, stupid human, trying to beat me with just this amount of strength is just wishful thinking." The huge wind blew up all the Fubuki group, and it was about to hit the wall hard. Hey, it really rolled over, and this blowing snow is also really, I don't know if my ability is restrained. But with that sister controlling the mad demon, it seems that you really don't have to worry. That's why she fought against the ghost so recklessly. Seeing this scene, Luo Yu was both regretful and speechless. Immediately write a talisman in the void. Wall-piercing talisman. The talisman didn't sink into the body, but just hit the wall. He got in without hindrance. And the members of the Fubuki team who didn't notice all this. It's getting closer and closer to the wall. It was about to hit the wall. Especially the originally elegant and charming buffalo, whose clothes were scratched a lot by the gravel, and stared at the fan monster absent-mindedly. How can this happen, how can I even? But she wasn't finished yet. A dazzling blue talisman suddenly floated in front of her. The light is getting brighter. Around the talisman, a shaking hurricane immediately swayed. All of a sudden, the strong wind from the fan is offset. The members of the Fubuki group fell to the ground like dumplings. Who is this? Is it the new member of the group? It looks unfamiliar, but the wind was so strong just now. Do we have more superpower members in our group? The new member hides so deeply that he has mastered the superpower of the wind. The members of the snow-blowing team mistakenly thought that Luo Yu was a new member, and they all cheered. But at this time, Luo Yu couldn't care to explain the misunderstanding. Standing in front of everyone, he confronted the strange man with a face and the rest of his body like a fan. Abominable human, where did you come from, to be able to use such a powerful wind to ruin this strange good thing? Unforgivable, simply unforgivable. Destruction hurricane bomb. The fan monster spins a huge fan at high speed, much faster than before. The hurricane rolled up like a cannonball. However, Luo Yu's talisman was written more quickly. Haven't waited for the wind to blow a few meters. The talisman has been written. 5 thunder talismans. The dazzling thunder light shot out in an instant. With lightning speed, it smashed through the hurricane and hit the fan monster. Crackling. The lightning struck the fan monster, and black smoke came out of it in an instant. The fan that was spinning very fast actually stopped rotating. It's impossible. How can you still use electricity? How can one person have two superpowers? The members of the Fubuki team who were lying on the ground also widened their eyes. He looked at Luo Yu like a monster. This person is so strong. Not only can he use the wind power, but he can also use the lightning power. Yeah, when did the group have such a powerful member? Is it the secret newcomer in Shuezong? And Fushua looked at Luo Yu strangely. But it soon dawned on me. Remember that he seems to be a newly promoted B-level hero, and suddenly appeared at a critical moment of ours. Did he come to rely on me? Think of this. Her heart skipped a beat. Start to look forward to it. And this time. The fan monster, who had already slowed down, glared at Luo Yu. I admit that your strength is not bad, but our eccentric physique is super strong. I have completely overcome the small arc. Now, continue to meet death. Super Destruction Hurricane. The hurricane bomb, which had been annihilated by lightning before, was ejected again, and its power seemed to have increased again. However, Luo Yu was still very calm, and started writing the talisman again with his hands in the void. Just different from before. After writing one, I quickly wrote 3 more. Since one strike can't kill you, how about 4? Quadruple Thunder Talisman. It's sizzling. The factory building was instantly flooded with thunder and lightning, but in the blink of an eye, a thick bowl of blue lightning suddenly burst out like a laser. One Punch Man, 8 Strange Skills at the Beginning Chapter 3. Boom. Only a violent explosion was heard, and the fan monster's body burst in vain. Only the fan blades remain intact. Okay, so strong, it's too strong, that thunderbolt is really amazing. It's unbelievable that there is such a superpower master, I've never seen it before. With such a powerful strength, even if it is placed in the A level, it can already be included in the top, right? See, the fan monster was blasted to death. The members of the Fubuki team stood up one after another, staring at Luo Yu's back in shock. Chapter 3 is not a new member. At this time, Luo Yu ignored the crowd. Under the curious eyes of everyone, he went straight to the fan monster. He kept drawing talismans in his hand. Still 4 in a row. Quadruple Fire Talisman. A huge blazing flame appeared out of nowhere. And at this moment, a mutation arose. Intact fan blades quickly condense other components. It looks like it's about to be restored. However, the flames have come to the front, and no matter how fast the recovery is, there is no way to avoid it. Laugh. The flames hit the fan monster and spread rapidly throughout the body at an alarming speed. Ah, how did you see my body? How did you see it? No. The strange scream of the fan is heartbreaking. Even if the fan is rolled up to blow away the fire. The fire got bigger and bigger. Ding! Congratulations to the host for absorbing 5,342 energy points, please make persistent efforts. Hearing the system prompt, Luo Yu breathed a sigh of relief. In fact, he didn't see the fact that the fan is the body. Mainly thanks to the system. However, the entire Fubuki group was completely fried. Really, it's amazing. If there is no such fire, maybe when we turn around, we will face a sneak attack by the fan monster. Yeah, thanks to the carefulness of the new members, otherwise I would have to explain it here. But what's even more unbelievable is that this new member has 3 powers of wind, lightning, and flame. It's a miraculous existence. Just when the Fubuki team praised Luo Yu in surprise. Fubuki patted the black ash on his body and smiled at the crowd. Okay, everyone be quiet. In fact, he hasn't joined our Fubuki group yet. But he came here today, and he should be preparing to join us. In an instant, the members of the snow-blowing team all turned their attention to Luo Yu. Luo Yu suddenly became the focus of the audience. But the discussion of the members of the Fubuki group. And Fubuki's inexplicable certainty. It still embarrassed him. But this is normal. As soon as they have a large organization, they are used to thinking highly of themselves. Second, Bukiyuki himself has nothing to do with it. In the original book, she not only wanted to recruit Saitama, also want to recruit S-class heroes like Genos and Bangu. A B-level hero wants to recruit the world's strongest, as well as several world's top masters. This brain circuit is really hard to understand. At this time, the surroundings were quiet and terrifying, and all eyes were cast on Luoyu. Among them, Fubuki's eyes were the most enthusiastic. I didn't actually come to join you, I was just passing by. However, the moment Luoyu's voice fell, everyone in the Fubuki group was a little annoyed. Hey, what do you mean, are you rejecting us? None of us know you. Even if you are powerful, you are still unknown, right? It's better for young people to make decisions cautiously. Yes, not to mention joining our Fubuki group, at least it will allow you to quickly stand out among many heroes. This is a rare opportunity. The current members of Fubuki squad are all faceless. But this time, Blizzard, whose face was covered in frost, immediately swept the others with cold eyes. Enough, you all give me peace. Fubuki's majesty was extremely high, and the others immediately shut their mouths. But with dissatisfaction in his eyes, he stared at Luoyu. Obviously his behavior is too slap in the face. But Fubuki had the most swollen face from the blow. He was walking slowly, holding his arms around him, staring at Luoyu calmly. I know that you are very capable, and your strength may even be higher than mine, but you are still a lot worse than the top A-level ones. So you still think about it, otherwise, whether you are an A-level or B-level hero, it will be difficult for you to attract attention, and it will be difficult to be reused. The attitude is not bad, but Luoyu understands the meaning of the words very well. It seems that he feels that his A-level is not good, and the B-level may be excluded by the Fubuki group. However, Luoyu is not interested in heroes or something. So Fubuki group. It is impossible to join, as a transmigrator, how can you be willing to live under others? What he needs most right now is mobility. In the best case, he can go to various cities at will. After the monsters are destroyed, absorb their energy in time. And many more. Thinking of it this way, he seems to be very busy with his life. It's like he is a self-employed person now, no matter how he picks up leaks, he can't take care of it. In fact, the best thing is to find some people to help him do things. Make the energy harvesting industry stronger and bigger. So why make them their own workers? After all, as the saying goes, a man can bend and stretch, a little girl can open and close, and those who do big things can't be stingy. Miss Fubuki, although I still don't want to join the Fubuki group, we can still talk about a collaboration. The voice fell, and the scene became extremely quiet. No matter Fubuki or the others, there was a look of astonishment on their faces. Cooperation? What kind of cooperation? If it's an ordinary business cooperation, that's fine. You should take it easy and do your job well. After all, your strength is really good. I don't have so much patience for ordinary people. However, Luoyu still shook his head. No, Miss Fubuki, you think too much and want to talk to you about it. It's a big cooperation that can make all of you have the lethal power I just did. The entire Fubuki group was once again shocked. This time it was dreamlike and unbelievable. Fubuki, who was closest, stared at Luoyu suspiciously. Are you sure you can do such a thing? I've never seen someone who can give superpowers to others. Isn't this an excuse you made? Luoyu immediately shook his head. No, you may not have looked carefully just now. I release all kinds of natural powers, not relying on my own superpowers, but borrowing the power of heaven and earth. I call this process the writing of psychic texts. I can write psychic texts in the void, and I can also write on paper, stone, gold and iron. And the texts written on paper, stone, gold and iron can be preserved for a long time and can be handed over to others for use. That's pretty much what I mean by cooperation. He already knows how to draw talismans in the void. If he has obtained the complete process of making talismans, it should not be too difficult to make talismans. After all, after the completion of the system deduction, he did not initially acquire Tongshenlu, but he had already mastered it very proficiently. After Fubuki understood, her eyes were full of surprise. "Are you sure what you said is true? I remember that there seems to be an onmyoji meeting this method, but it seems to be a lie. Are you sure you can do it? If it's what you say, then it's not impossible to cooperate. But I hope you'd better give us the Fubuki group and provide the maximum supply." Hearing this, Luo Yu showed a subtle victory smile. Fubuki was obviously hooked, and he still had a big appetite. In fact, what he is least worried about is that the other party has a big appetite, but the bigger the appetite, the better. After all, if you are greedy enough, you will try your best to cover what you get. Then there is no need to worry about confidential matters at all. Chapter 4 Fubuki seizes the future. Luo Yu was in a good mood. Although there are fewer customers, he knows that he must hide for now. The wood show will be destroyed by the forest wind. What's more, when his talisman comes out, it will cause a great blow to the weirdo. It also has an impact on the Hero Association. So now I promise to only cooperate with the Fubuki group, which is good. After all, the Fubuki group is recognized as the largest organization of the Hero Association, and each of them has a similar concept of doing things. One Punch Man, 8 strange skills at the beginning. Chapter 4. It should help him cover up the source of the talisman. However, there is still a lot to gain from it. Miss Fubuki, your request is a bit embarrassing, but if you agree to a few conditions, you can supply all of them to your Fubuki team within half a year. And after half a year, if we have a good cooperation, I can give you some more powerful items to increase your strength. The props refer to the magical instruments made by the gods. Although there is no magic machine yet, it does not prevent him from drawing a big cake. And hearing this, Fubuki was surprised. Even if you can give powerful talismans, you can even give items that increase your strength? It's not a scam, is it? As the person in charge of the Fubuki group, she was naturally not bluffing, so she scrutinized Luo Yu. If the conditions are not excessive, it's okay to promise you. But how can I be sure that everything you said is true? Luo Yu has never underestimated Chue Xue, after all, although this obsession is ridiculous. But he is known as a general. In terms of bravery and wisdom, he is still far above the average person. Is it true? Seeing is believing. Please find a clean place and take a look at the talismans I made. Yeah, that's really something to look forward to. Fuyuki murmured for a moment, then turned around when the cloak was put on. How about the nearest hotel? If you think you can, just follow our team. Okay. Unhindered all the way. Came to the hotel after a wash. Luo Yu started to open the system. Host, Luo Yu. Age, 20. Lifespan, 69. Combat power, 10,350, ghost level. Ability, Tong Tianlu. Ongoing, 8 magical skills, 15%, Dequan 0%. Deduction energy, 5342. Luo Yu was not idle along the way, and asked the system a lot of things. For example, the ability of a geek is above 200 for a wolf, above 1,000 for a tiger, above 5,000 for a ghost, above 60,000 for a dragon, and above 5 million for a god. The span is very large, especially the level, which makes Luo Yu envious. In addition to understanding these basic knowledge, Luo Yu also asked about drawing talismans. In the end, it was decided to deduce the Dequan. System, immediately complete the deduction of the Dequan talisman. Ding! Drawing talisman Dequan deduction is accelerating. Ding! Consumes 3,000 deduction energy, and the deduction of the painting talisman is completed. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the painting talisman. In just a moment, a lot of memories flooded into Luo Yu's mind. All kinds of strange talismans have increased. Of course, there are more cumbersome character-making process. But it's like a tomb. He had a certain level of proficiency when he first got it. He felt that it was not too difficult to make a charm. After digesting the talisman knowledge, Luo Yu walked out of the door. When they walked to the appointment box, everyone cast their gazes, and there was no lack of doubts in their eyes. Luo Yu looked extremely calm. Look at the material on the table. After thinking for a moment, he picked up the brush and dipped it in cinnabar, and quickly wrote on the yellow paper. The runes are complex and mysterious. However, the brushwork in the writing room is like dragons and tigers, without the slightest sloppiness. Just from the beginning, everyone has made a great change. Intuition is not a liar, there should be 2 brushes. Soon after the 2 talismans were written, Luo Yu handed them to Fubikshu. It's good looking, but how is it used? It's still used on the body. I think that Onmyoji seems to use it like this. Luo Yu immediately said seriously. I'm not comparable to the swindlers of the Onmyoji. I'm an authentic Taoist talisman, called a divine rune talisman. As the name suggests, as long as you stick it on your legs, you can increase your running speed. Can you increase the running speed? Chueshue asked in surprise, and immediately handed the talisman over to the mountain monkey. Come and try, just get some watermelons from the back kitchen. Yes. Mountain Ape immediately took the talisman and pressed it to his leg with a calm brow. It's just the moment it just sticks to the leg. The talisman paper suddenly burst into light. The mountain monkey has big eyes. It was as big as a copper bell. Okay, it's a wonderful feeling, I'll go first. Swoosh. The mountain monkey jumped out in a few steps, and the figure turned into an afterimage. After just a few breaths, he immediately turned back, but he was already holding 2 large watermelons in his arms. It's really much faster than before, maybe 30% faster. Hearing what Shan Yuan said, everyone in the box suddenly became restless. 30%, this is still Big Brother Mountain Monkey, if we could have more. Speaking of posting a few more pictures, wouldn't it be faster, wouldn't it be invincible? It's really insightful. I didn't expect this kind of crazy stuff to be really useful. In addition to the astonishment of everyone, their cheeks were also hot, and they felt a pain in the face of the question just now. But it didn't take too long. After all, the benefits of befriending Luo Yu are obvious. Therefore, the eyes that looked at Luo Yu soon had a hint of kindness. It seems that if you have mastered Luo Yu, you will have a better future. And Fubuki, the leader of the organization. Seizing the future is not slow either. I saw your magical talisman, and it's really good. Let's talk about cooperation now. Whatever conditions you have, feel free to mention what we can do. Unlike the previous domineering. Fubuki's eyes are now softer and softer, as if he is looking at his big baby. Luo Yu knew that he had pinched her. No longer polite. The first thing is about my ability to make talismans. I need you to help me keep it a secret. For some reason, I can't make too many, so I can only provide you with them for the time being. Secondly, it's because of my master's entrustment that you need to accumulate more merits. Probably to save the weirdo, that is, I hope you can bring it to me after you solve the weirdo. In the end, whether it's the talisman or the magic weapon I promised you, you will provide the property. But because drawing talismans is very busy, just give me a salary of 200,000 yuan per month. The requirements are actually very low, but there is something tricky about it. For example, in the final production of talismans and magical instruments, as a producer, of course, he knows how to obtain benefits from them. For details, please refer to the artifact refiner in Xuanhuan. The production fee is equivalent to that of ordinary working class. Of course, I want the Fubuki team to have less money troubles and focus on helping him fight monsters. We must know that becoming stronger is the last word, money and material things are just floating clouds. In addition to eating peaches, Fubuki himself is very ambitious. If you train him well, it's hard to say that he can't become his excellent migrant worker. However, after hearing the request, Fubuki looked in disbelief. Are these 3 conditions too simple? You might as well join the Fubuki group. I will give you more of what you want. Luo Yu shook his head. No, it's enough for you to satisfy me. In the future, when my cultivation level increases, these things will be spread to more people. After all, there are more people living in dire straits. This made Fubuki a little embarrassed, but Luo Yu gave her an impression. It seems that he is a rare expert outside the world, who has little desire for the world and a sense of justice. She admires such a person, but will not give up trying to win over. But now it seems a little too hasty, so it is better to take it slow. Well, I promise you. But you can mention whatever you want in the future, and don't be polite to us. Chapter 5: The Origin of the Chi Body. Half a month later. In front of a huge black body bag. Luo Yu pretended to be silent for a while, and then opened his eyes. Ding! Congratulations to the host for absorbing 4,232 energy points, please make persistent efforts. The super weird is almost once a day. Each time there is an energy income of about 4,000. Earnings are not bad. This half-month. With his own efforts, Fubuki Group has collected more than 80,000 energies. However, in the past half-month, he has also roughly understood that rubbing blame is not so easy to rub, and he took it for granted before. Especially the ghost-level monsters, the number is actually very small. There are more wolf-level and tiger-level monsters that appear every day. Ghost grade is a rare breed, it only comes out once a week or so. One Punch Man, 8 Strange Skills at the Beginning. Chapter 5. It is also very troublesome to rub off, you have to rush to the local area, and sometimes you need to go to other people's laboratories. So there are still times when the monsters fail. It's not as good as the help provided by the snow-blowing team. In this regard, Luo Yu felt very fortunate that he met Fubuki at the beginning. After absorbing the energy, Luo Yu routinely wanted to return to the rental house. It was just the little girl who led the team who suddenly stopped him, which surprised him. Mr. Luo Yu, don't leave yet. This is what the team leader asked me to hand over to you, please accept it. The girl's name is Lily. There is a lily on the head. She is a beautiful and lively girl. A month ago, he was still ranked 74th in B rank. Now it has been squeezed into B level 36, and the promotion speed can be called a rocket. At this moment, she was holding an exquisite key in her hand. Almost at this moment. A motorcycle with a black body and a mighty structure was pushed out by the others. The meaning couldn't be more obvious. However, seeing Luo Yu's delay in agreeing, these people who launched the motorcycle also respectfully said. Mr. Luo Yu, please accept it. This is our collective respect for the snow-blowing team. If you don't accept it, we won't go back today. Luo Yu has been very indifferent to fame and fortune before. Even rejected a lot of benefits. I just didn't expect that this would happen today. It's quite annoying to Luo Yu that they put so much effort into it. Isn't it good to spend so much effort on fighting monsters? But if you don't accept it, you may be more concerned. So Luo Yu took the key. Okay, then I'll accept it, but don't bother so much next time, you all go back early. Yes. Everyone responded in unison and left in an orderly manner. Compared to what they looked like at first sight. Now they seem to be reborn, and their energy and spirit have increased several times. It's actually normal. Soldiers brought out by generals who can win battles. Naturally, it screams all the time. Back to the rental house. Luo Yu put down everything at hand and sat cross-legged on the floor. System, bring up the properties panel. Ding. The system panel is opening. Host, Luo Yu. Age, 20. Lifespan, 69. Combat power, 10,350, ghost level. Ability, Tongshenlu, Dequan. Playing, 8 magic, 17%. Deduction energy, 86,200. After half a month, it finally reached 17%. In order to save some energy, he has been waiting for the progress to change. Now that his wish has reached 17%, he can't help but breathe a sigh of relief. System, increase the progress of the 8 wonders to just unlock the second ability. The voice fell, and the system prompt sound continued. Ding. The deduction of the 8 wonders is accelerating. Ding. The deduction progress has reached 25%, consuming 82,000 energy. Ding. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the origin of the body. Hearing the final result, Luo Yu felt a little regretful. 1 in 7 probability. He couldn't get the magic trick he wanted at once. However, a sudden amount of obscure knowledge flooded his mind, causing him to suddenly change his mind. The chi, which was originally very messy in the body, operates according to specific rules, and the movement in the body is very large. The chi, which was originally a stream, quickly gathered in the dantian, and it was as turbulent as a raging wave. The stream instantly turned into an ocean, then condensed into a ball, and the ball suddenly turned into a baby. The baby quickly grew into a person just like him. The changes are amazing. Although he has not tried it concretely, the knowledge about the origin of the chi body tells him. He can restore all kinds of biological energy to chi, which is equivalent to directly filling up the magic defense. Controlling the chi has also become extremely simple, almost several times more flexible than fingers. This is too strange. Could it be that I am the origin of the chi body that has already been completed? Note, the effect of the origin of the chi body in this article has been expanded, and it is a little different from the one under one person. I was so suspicious. There were many more whims in his mind. Now he has a very strong ability to control chi. And the villain in the body will also help to draw talismans, and the speed is extremely fast. Almost instantly. The original 10-layer talisman is already the limit. And now if he has enough chi, you can draw thousands of times in an instant. In this case, strength improvement is not a little bit. I originally thought it was quite dark, but now it doesn't seem to be the case. The origin of the body is really divine. The combat power has also come a big span, and it has become a dragon level. Noon the next day. A city street. An extremely strong man wearing a vest punched through the giant carrot monster with one punch. A group of men and women wearing vests erupted in enthusiastic cheers. As expected of the Venerable One, today the eccentric was eliminated with one punch. The strength of the Venerable is getting stronger and stronger, and it should be able to reach the 14th S rank soon, right? Judging from the speed at which Venerable's strength improves, it's possible to become the number 1 S rank sooner or later. Hear the crowd's adoration. Venerable Vest instead became reserved and waved his hand quickly. Every hero in the S rank is not easy, and it is extremely difficult to surpass anyone. It's already lunch time. Let's go to lunch together, I'll treat you. Oh. The crowd cheered for a while, and followed Venerable Vest to the restaurant with enthusiasm. But the sky was suddenly dark, with purple clouds, suddenly surrounding a building. Just heard a loud bang. The building suddenly collapsed, and a purple figure slowly emerged from the smoke and dust in the sky. Although he was only over 3 meters tall, the surging energy around him made people feel palpitations. Ah, weird, it's weird. There was a scream of tearing eardrums. People on the edge of the building were running around. Want to run? The purple monster smiled grimly, and a dazzling light condensed on his fingers. Vaccine light wave. Boom. The energy ball was launched, but not long after the launch, a car suddenly smashed down, and the energy ball was in the air ahead of time, exploding a huge fireball. Huh. Who are you? You seem to have good physical strength. Venerable Vest, who had been running for a long time, took a breath and stared at the purple monster. I'm the 15th ranked S-rank Venerable Vest, I'm here to destroy you. He is purple all over and has 2 tentacles on his head, resembling a monster named Piccolo. He suddenly floated into the air and looked down at Venerable Vest with disdain. I am a vaccine man born because of your humans' continuous pollution of the environment. I was sent by the Blue Star Consciousness to destroy your humans. Just because you want to destroy me? Let's think about how to stop my move. 10 vaccine light waves. Suddenly, the whole body of the vaccine person was wrapped in energy, and 10 of energy that were more dazzling than before floated around the body, and each of them fluctuated with terrifying power. Feel the amazing pressure of the energy ball. Venerable Vest's pupils shrank to the extreme. Chapter 6 Thunder Boom Vaccine Man. Boom. 10 energy gathered together and condensed into a huge energy ball. At an astonishing speed, it quickly engulfs all the surrounding buildings, stretching hundreds of kilometers in the blink of an eye. And under such a terrorist attack. One Punch Man, 8 Strange Skills at the beginning. Chapter 6. Venerable Vest was blasted out directly. A face-to-face was crushed. Emergency evacuation alert. Emergency evacuation alert. The disaster level is a dragon. All citizens please go to the shelter as soon as possible. The citywide notification alarm for Cydia suddenly sounded. After hearing the siren. Originally wanted to wait for Venerable Vest, the men and women in Vest who returned victorious. His heart froze for a while, and his face turned pale. And just when the men and women in the Vests panicked, a huge roar quickly approached. I saw a dark, domineering motorcycle coming fast. All Vest men and women were immediately hooked. One of them is a man wearing a black vest. But it stopped in front of the motorcycle's driving position. Hey, this gentleman, don't go any further. There are dragon-level monsters there. Let's escape as soon as possible while the road is still intact. The motorcycle slowed down and stopped in front of the man in the black vest. Didn't you guys also run away? Why can't I pass? Anyway, I'm a hero, how can I just run away? Said righteously. But it's actually for energy. Now that he has average dragon-level strength, even dragon-level monsters can't beat him. He also wants to go over there to rub. And heard Luo Yu's reply. The men and women in the vests were stunned. Which hero is this? Is it an S rank? Is it a drive knight? It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, although the motorcycle is the best one on the market, it's too bad for a driving knight. It's not an S-level hero, but to fight a dragon-level monster, isn't this going to die? Almost all men and women in vests expressed doubts. Without any choice, Luo Yu condensed a sleepy fairy talisman and hit the man in the black vest. Boom boom boom. The sound of the motorcycle's engine rang out again. Luo Yu jumped over the man in the black vest and walked away. The man in the black vest, who was stunned on the spot, just wanted to stop him, but his expression changed drastically. What's the matter? Why can't I move suddenly? I can't move when a light shines on me. What did that guy do? What, with such an incredible ability, wouldn't it be a superpower? No matter who that guy is, he dares to deal with dragon-level monsters. Is it too cowardly for us to wait here? Looking at Luo Yu's distant back. The men and women in the vests had a fire in their hearts. Has our vest organization ever backed down? That's right, dragon-level geeks are also geeks, and geeks have weaknesses. His Holiness may still be fighting hard, how can we fall behind? Everyone immediately clenched their fists and ran to where the vaccine man was. And the vaccine man can no longer find the venerable vest. More disdain appeared on his face. What an S-class hero, a mere human wants to fight against me, an apostle of the earth, that's stupid. The whole body of the vaccine man glows, and the flight is rapidly advancing towards the city in the air. A large number of energy condensed around the body, as if once again wanting to launch a city-destroying attack. Boom boom boom. The huge roar of the engine, approaching quickly from a distance, immediately attracted the attention of the vaccine people. There are still people who dare to come here. I guess they are some heroes. Let's see if I don't blow up you. 100 layers of trapped immortal talisman. Seeing that the vaccine man was shining brightly, Luo Yu immediately felt bad. After a flash of thought, 100 talismans were condensed in the void. Hit the vaccine people with lightning speed. Hum. The air in the void suddenly squeaked. I saw a white chain entangled in the vaccine man, and wrapped it into a white cocoon at an alarming speed. The vaccine man, whose hands and feet were suddenly restrained, immediately widened his eyes in horror. What's the matter? What did you do? Why can't I move? Damn, don't think this will stop my attack. The vaccine man concentrates and carefully controls his energy again. The dazzling light just now appeared in Luo Yu's field of vision again. Look, he looks like a vaccine man, but why didn't the bald devil come? Or did I come too early? Tutsao a few words. Luo Yu concentrated on the void again. Forget it, the bald head is so slow, I can't count on it, let's try a new trick. Thousands of thunder talismans. The void above the vaccine man suddenly condensed into layers of 5 thunder talismans, totaling 1,000 pieces. At the time of completion, the situation changed, and the huge dark cloud suddenly condensed. Surprisingly, the entire dark cloud was flooded with dazzling thunder, which was several degrees more dazzling than the sun. Boom! A deafening bang suddenly exploded. Lightning with a diameter of 100 meters, bombarded down in an instant. A violent and terrifying thunderbolt. In an instant, the sleeping immortal talisman and the vaccine man were penetrated at the same time. The surging energy continued to tilt, and the vaccine man's skin was scorched and blackened at an alarming speed. Was blasted into dust in the blink of an eye. Ding! Congratulations to the host for getting 73,258 energy points, please make persistent efforts. Hearing the system prompt sound, Luo Yu felt very relieved. At this time, the city became extremely quiet, the dark clouds finally dissipated, and the sky became a lot bluer. And seeing the vaccine man being smashed into scum, the men and women in vests were completely stunned. Then, that weirdo, seems to have been blasted into scum. Okay, such a strong thunder and lightning ability. Which hero is that person? Why don't you have any impression? This strength has reached the level of S-class, can you also rank in the forefront of the S-class? The men and women in the vests have not recovered. Suddenly an astonishing explosion erupted from the street. Let their hearts go to their throats. Where the explosion occurred, smoke billowed. I only saw a muscular man in a vest walking out. It's just that the vest has broken many holes, and it is very embarrassing with blood dripping. But the men and women in the vest, who were very familiar with the venerable vest, recognized him immediately. Respect. Venerable, it turns out to be venerable. His Majesty was seriously injured. Is that weirdo so strong? Doesn't this mean that, the superpower just now surpassed the venerable? The men and women in vests looked surprised. And saw a familiar face. Venerable Vest's expression suddenly became serious. Don't you guys know that this place is dangerous? That weirdo is amazing, and I'm afraid only the top heroes can solve it. Hurry up and escape from here, it will be too late if you don't escape. Seeing the extremely urgent look of Venerable Vest, the men and women in the vests looked even weirder. His Holiness, the eccentric has been resolved. That's right, you don't have to worry anymore. A hero who rides a black motorcycle and can use thunder and lightning. With just one blow, he smashes the weirdo into scum. Venerable Vest. Chapter 7 Alarmed by all parties. Excuse me, Mr. Vest, you are so seriously injured. Did you fight a dragon-level monster? Did you release the thunder and lightning that filled the sky just now? No. It's not me, I don't have that ability. Venerable Vest answered very frankly, but his face was ugly. One Punch Man, 8 strange skills at the beginning Chapter 7. You didn't release it? Then there have just been other S-class heroes here. Venerable Vest shook his head. No, Actually, I don't know either. I didn't see that person in detail. After fighting the weirdo, I left immediately. Feeling as though there was no more useful information to be heard, the reporter politely left. But the unidentified reporter stopped in front of him again and began to repeat the question. Venerable Vest is really speechless. He had wanted to leave early, but just quickly bandaged in place, and caught up with the flood of reporters. What's more uncomfortable is that the problem is really embarrassing enough. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that he has fought that dragon-level weirdo. Then answer the dragon-level monster that he killed. This obviously shows that he is very good. And there are others who are great. Venerable Vest is really tired. That guy doesn't even show his face. He is being harassed by reporters here. And the other side. The vest black hole was also questioned. However, without the slightest injury, he answered with great enthusiasm. Yes, that is a hero I have never seen before. Although he rides a black motorcycle and wears a black helmet, he is by no means a driving knight. At that time, he pointed to the sky, and the clouds turned the color of thunder and lightning. A single strike of 100 meters in diameter turned the weirdo into scum, it was too strong. Speaking of which, he seems to have more than thunder and lightning abilities. When we met him, I was afraid that he would kill him and stop him. As a result, a light hit me, and I couldn't move. Maybe I would use telekinesis. The interview was broadcast live on TV. See this series of messages. The higher-ups of the Hero Association were stunned. I thought that the headquarters of the association would not be guaranteed, but I didn't expect the hero to annihilate the weirdo so quickly. Which hero is this? It seems that his strength is not inferior to Tornado. Such a powerful thunder and lightning ability is indeed unheard of, and it also uses telekinesis. It doesn't seem to be any of the S-class. Look, we must find him. With such a strong strength, it is said that he was a hero, maybe he just awakened his superpower. If we find him, we will have another killer weapon comparable to a tornado. After some amazement, the Hero Association began to look around for heroes who might have such powerful strengths. The various departments of the association call for all the energy. All heroes below the S rank have posted a message. It is roughly to let the hero who eliminated the vaccine people take the initiative to appear. It promised the hero status of S-class, and also promised a lot of favorable treatment. This is such a step-by-step treatment. Make the hero who receives the message envious. But also very helpless. On the beach of a city. A woman with a cool temperament, wearing a lily-like swimsuit. After seeing the message on the phone, his eyes immediately turned to the woman beside him. Lily, are you sure that Mr. Luo Yu is coming to us soon? Where was he when we just called? Lily, who also saw the Hero Association's message, was stunned for a moment, and then her eyes widened. No way, Miss Fukiyuki, you mean the hero who eliminated dragon-level monsters. Mr. Luo Yu. Although it does match in many aspects. Wait. We just sent him a motorcycle not long ago, it seems that it should be him. When I just called and contacted, I was already outside City A. The strange person has only appeared for a few minutes, and Mr. Luo Yu may indeed meet the strange person. Lily was completely shocked. It was surprising enough to see Luo Yu kill a ghost-level monster before. I didn't expect to be able to kill a dragon-level monster. This is a dragon-level monster. It is not comparable to the ghost level. The dragon level is the existence that destroys the city and destroys the city at every turn. Such a weirdo was actually wiped out by Luo Yu, who didn't look much different from a normal person. What kind of weirdo is there that Luo Yu can't destroy? After the confirmation, Fubuki was not too surprised, but showed joy. Lily, tell all the members of the snow-blowing team that when you meet Mr. Luo Yu in the future, you must respect me 100%. Everyone must have a good relationship with Mr. Luo Yu and try to dig him into the Fubuki team. After Lily got the order, she immediately edited Fubuki's request into a message and passed it on to the other team members. After this, I called the other female team members on the beach, and then went to dress up and dress more beautifully. In a villa in City C. A woman with green curly hair, wearing a black slit gown, looks and figure like a child. After swiping the phone for a while, he suddenly frowned. Because there are rumors on the internet about the hero who killed the vaccine man with one blow. But just discuss it. Some people even compared this person to her who also has superpowers. Many people felt that she shuddered in the tornado. The strength may not be as good as this hero called Psychic Thor. This made her squeezing her phone angrily. Joke, if it weren't for the fact that the road was too far to catch up, how could it be this thing, Psychic Thunder God destroying weirdos? Really, I'm a veteran S-class hero, how can I compare this kind of cat and dog with me? There are so many stupid people on the internet. Hey, I want to see who this guy is. If he dares to take the lead, I will beat him up and let him know how good I am. Tornado folded his hands and pouted. I used my mind to squeeze the broken phone again and again. Underground of City Z. With a huge eye, he is recognized as a wise man by the Weird Association. I was stunned when I saw the TV report. While frowning, he patted his head with one hand. It's really nerve-wracking, that weirdo has reached the dragon level, but was eliminated by an unknown hero. It seems that there is another hero with superpowers, and the strength assessment of the Hero Association will change again. But I've never seen that guy make a move. At present, it seems that he has control of the power of mind and thunder and lightning. To what extent, we have to seriously confirm it. Since this day, Z City has become a place where weirdos haunt more frequently. Most people have moved out of Z City. Everything in Z City is getting cheaper and cheaper. You can even live in a house without money. And the rumored psychic thunder god never appeared. Just when most people doubt the existence of psychic Thor. The Fubuki group got along with Luo Yu more and more frequently. The makeup of the female team members is inexplicably more beautiful. The short skirts are so short that they almost reach the waist. In his spare time, Luo Yu often participates in various parties. Knowing what they were planning, Luo Yu naturally used Qingxin Talisman to stabilize his state of mind, pushing everything that could be pushed at the party. Chapter 8. The people in the Fubuki team have been too enthusiastic recently, and they can't stand it anymore. Nod and bow down and treat me as the boss. He even gave me a house and a car. Then what, Lily? He also said that he wanted to introduce me to someone. What are you doing? Speaking of blowing snow, it's also true. Now you still run to me every day to grab food, and treat me here as a cafeteria. Luo Yu thought about it while he was cooking dinner. Although the mouth is complaining. But it didn't really bother me. After all, he can still push most things off. Except for blowing snow and rubbing rice. He couldn't push. Because the food she gave was really good. Just like today. The nearly 40 centimeters long sea lobster weighs about 15 kilograms. And the conger eel, which is nearly 80 centimeters long, weighs 20 pounds. Fist-sized oysters are full of baskets. It's a bit of a hassle to handle the ingredients, but it's a pleasure to eat. What's more, these ingredients may not be able to be bought with his energy. In addition, although Fubuki comes frequently, it usually only takes a bite or two. Most of the things went into his stomach, relatively speaking, he was more profitable. So it was difficult for him to refuse. Ding dong. The doorbell rang suddenly, and Luo Yu couldn't help sighing. Who is here? You don't even have to think about it. One Punch Man, 8 Strange Skills at the beginning. Chapter 8. Although it means putting blowing snow in. But it was also time for him to gain energy today. You can get a lot of energy at home every day, and life is actually quite comfortable. It's just that there's more to eat now. Opening the door, I immediately saw Fubuki wearing a long white dress, looking into the room with bright eyes. The ingredients today are not bad. I seem to have smelled the fragrance. Mr. Luo Yu, your cooking skills have improved again. Hee hee. Right. I'm going to save the weirdo first, you can sit in the room for a while. He graduated from Xindongfang before. Is his cooking skills strong? In terms of dishes, it is not comparable to the dishes of the island country's petite family. It is also normal for Fubuki to come to eat often. Well, let's go, I'll take care of myself, you don't need to worry. Hearing Fubuki's reply, Luo Yu just wanted to laugh. What will take care of yourself? That is really impolite. Luo Yu was also speechless, almost every time he went out of the room. The guy started to slurp and eat secretly. It seems that stealing can make the food taste better. However, it should have been given to her, so it wouldn't be too embarrassing. After some daily super weird. Luo Yu gained 5,200 energy points. The energy collected in the past 2 weeks, plus 70,000 contributed by the vaccine people. He now has 140,000 energies. It's time to get the next 8 magic skills. System, open the property panel. Host, Luo Yu. Age, 20. Lifespan, 69. Combat strength, 72800, Dragon class. Abilities, Tongshinlu, Daquan, and the origin of Chi body. Playing, 8 magic, 26%. Deduction energy, 140,200. Very good, naturally increased the progress by 1%, which is just enough to save a little energy. System, immediately accelerate the deduction of the 8 magical skills until the emergence of new skills. The voice fell, and the system prompt sounded immediately. Ding! The deduction of the 8 wonders is accelerating. Ding! The deduction progress has reached 37.5%, consuming 115,000 energy. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the divine machine. Hearing the system prompt sound, Luo Yu was instantly overjoyed. Looking forward to it. Finally, the magic machine he wanted has been refined and hoped. Under one person. There are so many styles of magical instruments, even artifacts like storage rings can be made. And village chief Ma used a magic weapon to fight against 5 temporary workers without losing. It can be seen that the combat auxiliary function of the magic weapon is also extremely amazing. Now the Fubuki team has been working harder to kill monsters recently, but the progress is still a bit slow for him. If you can match them with powerful weapons, the efficiency should be higher. Maybe a bunch of people can go up together, and it is also possible to challenge the ghost level. At that time, I can have tens of thousands of energy income every day, which is very refreshing to think about. I have to say that when I chose to cooperate with Fubuki, it really was a good move. Think of this. Luo Yu is looking forward to the future performance of the Fubuki team. He hurried back to the rental house. Then I heard Fubuki in the kitchen, constantly exclaiming, really fragrant. Cough cough, Miss Chueshue, come here quickly, I have something to talk to you about. Ah. What, can't wait for me to finish eating. Wait. Are you talking about serious business? Fubuki didn't care about his image, he ran out of the kitchen and asked curiously. What's wrong with today? Why is it so formal all of a sudden? The corner of Luo Yu's mouth twitched, as if he had never been serious. At this moment, Fushue was still eating fruit salad in his hand, so he was very speechless. What I'm going to tell you next is very important. I had a little insight when I was overcoming a weirdo. I have fully understood the artifact refining method that I haven't been able to learn before. I will be refining weapons in the future. You and your team members prepare the various materials I need, and what kind of weapons you need, you'd better think fast. Fushue's beautiful eyes suddenly widened. Mr. Luoyu, are you telling the truth? Although I heard you talk about it before, we think it's amazing enough to create a talisman. It shouldn't be that easy to refine a powerful and excellent weapon like a talisman. Luo Yu smiled. It's natural to say that, I will show you the work. You quickly call your people and bring the best steel. Oh, okay, that's my name. Fubuki hurriedly took out his mobile phone and typed them one by one. She was still looking so cute just now. When facing his subordinates, he became a queen again. Personnel scheduling, vigorous and resolute, simply neat. It didn't take long. There was the sound of a car from outside, followed by the sound of heavy steps on the stairs. The doorbell rang. Miss Fubuki, Mr. Luoyu, here we are, we have bought the best steel. Even the super alloys provided by Metal Knights, we also bought a little. As soon as the door opened, Lily took the lead in reporting to Fubuki. But suddenly everyone was stunned, staring at Fushue's mouth. You, what's the matter? Why are you all standing and coming quickly? The crowd did not dare to be vague, and walked in dumbly. It's just that individual male team members began to whisper. Could we, come here by accident? But, didn't Miss Fubuki ask us to come? Cough, maybe Miss Fukiyuki doesn't care. But the room seems to have a fishy smell. Originally Luo Yu only thought it was weird, but after hearing some remarks, he looked at Fubuki again. Almost fainted. Oh my god. This eats fruit salad and doesn't wipe her mouth. This is a big misunderstanding. It is difficult to establish an image of pure heart and few desires in the hearts of everyone. Maybe it will be completely destroyed by today's scene. Chapter 9 Refining Weapons. You all look at what I do, all look at Mr. Luoyu, Zilu. Fubuki said, sucking the salad dressing from the corner of his mouth into his mouth. But she didn't show the slightest discomfort, and she was even a little unfulfilled. Don't get too fancy, Gollum. There was a sound of swallowing in the room. When everyone's eyes shifted to Luoyu. A pair of big eyes filled with curiosity. Mountain Ape, come out. Hearing Luoyu calling him. Shan Yuan was stunned on the spot, but walked over to Luoyu without delay. Mr. Luoyu, what are your orders? What is your weapon? Take it out and see. Mountain Ape took out 2 small iron objects from his pocket. There are 5 finger holes and a sharp knife at the front. Obviously a simple punch. Luoyu took the punch and grabbed a piece of super alloy, and he was methodical. What I'm going to do now is to incorporate this super alloy into your punch. But in the process, I'll also give it new abilities. Mountain Ape thinks it is very strange. Mr. Luoyu, it is impossible for you to incorporate superalloy into the punch. Because to ensure toughness, only a little superalloy can be added to this punch. Because this pair of punches has been improved by dozens of blacksmiths, almost all of them have the same rhetoric, you. When the others heard it, they were all suspicious. Although I don't know much about forging, but to incorporate a metal into a finished weapon. Magic is not so incredible, right? Mr. Luoyu's thoughts are really strange, aren't they joking with us? I heard a lot of people being suspicious. Fubuki, who was also disbelieving at first, lost his temper. One Punch Man, 8 strange skills at the beginning chapter 9. Since Mr. Luoyu has proposed it, he should be sure. You should all go back to the mountain monkeys, and come back to see the new weapons in a few days. After everyone listened, they immediately closed their mouths and prepared to leave. But at this time Luoyu's voice suddenly sounded. Wait, when did I say it? It takes a lot of time. You wait for me a little, I can finish it soon. Luoyu said while holding the super alloy in one hand. Run the magic machine. In just a few seconds, some kind of connection was made with the super alloy. Originally, it looked like a super alloy of a noble lady. At this moment, it is in Luoyu's hands. Inexplicably opened everything, just play with him. I saw a rapid change in super alloys. A super alloy that was originally difficult to change its form. It was as if it had become a piece of plasticine, making him wantonly need it. This made everyone suspicious of what Luoyu said. I'm starting to doubt my life. What's going on here? Is this still a super alloy? How did the super alloy become so soft? Is this still a super alloy? No, it really doesn't take fire to forge something, and it doesn't take a long time to complete it. Is there such a method of forging in the world? People who didn't believe Luoyu could forge at first. Immediately his eyes were fixed on his hand. For fear of missing any detail. It's like watching God's creation. The more you look, the more longing. The more I look, the more I look forward to it. I saw the super alloy, which suddenly turned into a mass of liquid, completely covering the punch. Such a hard metal has to reach this liquid state. In addition to the use of magical objects refined by the gods. Luoyu also used the source of the chi body to enhance the effect of the divine machine's 100 refining. Makes the superalloy easy to turn into a pool of liquid. In fact, the punch was also quickly refined by him. However, in order to keep the size of the punches unchanged, he did not change the appearance of the punches. Instead, as many superalloys are inhaled, as many dissimilar metals are excreted without changing the shape. I saw that the superalloy liquid gradually dried up, and the originally dark silver punch slowly turned into a pitch black color. The whole process only took less than a minute. Everyone who witnessed all this was shocked and dizzy. It's as if the worldview has been shattered. There is another mystery to this punch, you should take a closer look. Luoyu said, stabbed with one glove, and picked up a superalloy with the other. After injecting chi into the punch. Immediately form a layer at the front end, high-speed flow of wind pressure. Zheng. The sound of metal cutting suddenly sounded. Suddenly, a dazzling spark lit up in the room. I saw the original perfect super alloy. It broke into 2 sections with a bang. The room suddenly fell into extreme silence. Everyone was stunned, the elder of the Bara, as if he was about to fall to the ground at any time. Miss Fubuki, are you satisfied with this thing? This is the magic weapon you said? It's really powerful. But are you sure we can all use it? Chueshua's voice was a little stunned, but he still asked the key when he asked. Luo Yu glanced at her with admiration, and immediately nodded in reply. Of course, in addition to giving you the magic weapon, I will also teach you the use of your own energy. Each of you can play the magical effect of the magic weapon. The main reason for this was that the Fubuki team was too weak. The entire group of more than 20 people can only harvest the energy of one ghost-level monster every day. Even ghost-level geeks are generally not up to them to fight. So you can't be stingy in terms of chi, it's better if the source of the chi body can be passed on. After all, light energy cannot be used. Just like Feng Baobao's hair into the soul, it can only give people a blow. It is unnecessary to worry if you think that you will surpass him as a passer after practicing. Cultivating the 8 magical skills also depends on aptitude. Most of the cultivators of the Chiman after the wind are crazy. Divine Machine 100 refinements is not something that can be passed on to passers-by. The origin of the chi body is actually not that simple. It is quite easy to get started, but qualifications are also required to master it. Blizzard team members heard this. Totally restless. Luo Yu made unimaginable instruments for them. Even teach them to use the energy in their bodies. Thinking of Luo Yu's sky-reaching means. Their hearts were thumping and thumping. Not to mention whether it will give real effort. Just being able to use the tool is enough to make them excited. The punches made of superalloy are the same material as the untreated superalloy. If it was in the past, it would be impossible to do the operation of punching the superalloy. But the result was a shocking scene. It appeared easily in Luo Yu's hands. And Luo Yu also assured them that everyone can master such abilities. Is there anything more shocking than this? Just when everyone's hearts were trembling, Fubuki squatted down and stared at Luo Yu puzzled. Speaking of Mr. Luo Yu, everyone knows that there is no free lunch in the world. Are you willing to give us these things? Do you need us to do something for you? Hear about blowing snow. The rest suddenly became nervous. To know that if you want to customize high-tech weapons, you must at least be an S-class hero. Ordinary people have no chance. Otherwise, everyone would be like a metal knight. But Luo Yu was as gentle as always and responded very freely. You don't need anything, you just need to work harder to eliminate weirdos. Eliminating more weirdos and letting me save is the best reward for me. Everyone including Fubuki heard it. I was so moved that everyone almost cried. After all, the weapons provided this time are not comparable to Fu Lu. If you have a magic weapon of the same degree as a punch. Not to mention killing tiger-level monsters alone, even ghost-level monsters dare to challenge them. But what makes them even more difficult to imagine? Still behind. After completing the entire Fubuki set, Luo Yu also bestowed upon them the origin of the chi body one by one. Although everyone only planted a seed, at least the magic weapon can be used easily. But what surprised Luo Yu was that Fubuki felt as if his abilities had improved a bit, and he seemed to be a little different from the others. Could it be that chi has something to do with spiritual power? Chapter 10 The Biceps Giant. Boom. 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 Every step of the towering giant made a huge tremor on the ground. It was deafening, like 100 kilograms of TNT bombs exploded. Hard to imagine. On the shoulders of the giant stood a man in a white coat. The hair was ruffled by the wind. His eyes were full of excitement. It's amazing, brother. My mind and your muscles are the strongest match in the world. The two of us brothers will conquer everything in the world and become the king of the whole world. There was also a smile on the face of the giant known as his younger brother. The tyrannical color in his eyes is more and more uncontrollable. Bang! The giant punched lightly, and the huge fist swept the ground like a broom. High-rise buildings are like tofu, and they shatter into muck in an instant. The giant has finished playing a game, and there are still some things left to do. And the elder brother who witnessed everything was stunned. Just a random blow and the town. One Punch Man, 8 strange skills at the beginning. Chapter 10. After being stunned for a moment, the man in the white coat showed ecstasy. He spared no effort to encourage the giant brother. Well done, brother, killing tens of thousands of people in one blow is amazing. Just continue like this, let the world feel our strength and completely surrender to our feet. The corner of the giant's younger brother's mouth raised, exhaling a long hot breath. In an instant, the smoke was swirling. Make his face even more hideous. Emergency alert. Emergency alert. A huge creature appears in City D. Disaster level ghost. Please evacuate nearby residents as soon as possible. Please evacuate nearby residents as soon as possible. The siren that resounded through the sky continued to sound in City D. The city fell into endless panic in an instant, and even individual heroes were shaking their legs and wanted to escape first. But at this time, several quite luxurious cars suddenly drove against the flow of people on the street of D City. It didn't take long for it to come to the front of the giant. Men and women in black suits got out of the car in unison. Many citizens who fled for their lives recognized them with sharp eyes. Isn't this the Fubuki team? Are they here to destroy the giants? The giant is so powerful, and one blow kills tens of thousands of people. How could the Fubuki team dare to challenge? Although the Fubuki team has performed very well recently, it's too much to challenge this giant, isn't it? Most of the people passing by thought that the Fubuki group was crazy. And the elder brother on the shoulders of the giant suddenly became inexplicably excited. Brother, there seem to be a lot of people here, shouldn't it be a hero? The hero who specializes in destroying monsters is here, I'm really scared. After listening to the giant brother, he held his stomach and laughed for a while. Heh, what kind of hero is such a small person? Such a hero can't be beaten with one punch, brother. The giant's elder brother also immediately showed a sinister look, and shouted orders. Then just trample ants to death, just trample them to death, brother. Understood, brother. The moment the giant brother heard what his brother said, immediately, he raised his foot and lifted it to the top of Fubuki with unparalleled accuracy. As if a mountain was pressing down, the wind was blowing and many people fell. However, the moment Fubuki, who was wearing a snow-white cloak, stepped out of the car, countless yellow talismans rose into the sky like a sandstorm. Eyelashes, I trapped him with the sleeping immortal talisman, you pulled him back and made him fall. Clear. The man who responded to Fubuki immediately took out the yellow rope behind him and began to concentrate his energy into the rope. At this time, the talisman controlled by Fubuki quickly circled the giant's body everywhere. As if seeing the prey, it was densely attached to him. In an instant, countless white chains emerged from the talisman. They are constantly intertwined, forming huge white nets. The net and the net were quickly connected, as if a white sweater had been put on the giant. The giant's raised leg was instantly restrained. Standing unsteady for a while, his body began to shake violently, as if he was about to fall in the next second. The elder brother on the shoulders of the giant also noticed the change and hurriedly reminded him. Brother, this net is weird, quickly pull it off. Understood, brother. Although the giant brother was bound, the muscles on his body swelled violently again. The white sweater doubled in size, as if it was about to break free in the next second. Don't try to get away. The eyelashes, which had been accumulating for a long time, immediately threw the yellow rope in their hands at the giant. The yellow rope suddenly came to life, and quickly stretched as it flew towards the giant. In the blink of an eye, it was tens of thousands of meters long. One tied the giant's younger brother's foot in the air. One end grabbed the ruins of countless huge houses. Rumbling. The ruins of the house dragged along the ground, making a loud plowing sound. But at the same time, the giant brother's body balance was completely broken. What's the matter, brother? Hold on, or you will fall. The giant's brother was terrified. He knew very well that if his younger brother fell, it would be a catastrophic scene of shaking the earth. And his little ant, I am afraid that under the huge inertia, he will be directly crushed into powder. It's okay for his brother to fall. But if he really fell, he would definitely die. Brother. I will work hard. I try not to fall down. The giant brother gritted his teeth and stood up, and even stopped the falling tendency a little, and it seemed that he could regain his balance after a few more pushes. Seeing this situation, Chue Shue raised his brows and said to the burly man beside him who was eager to try. "Mountain ape, go and help the eyelashes and cut the giant's tendon." "Clear." A mountain ape with a pitch-black fist, just like his name. Stepping out a few steps vigorously, he rose high into the air. Chi chi chi. After landing on the giant's one foot standing on the ground, the punches immediately slashed into the giant's hamstrings and tendons, making holes like slicing tender tofu. Although it is not a big damage to the giant, as time goes by, the small hole has become a big one that cannot be ignored. Especially the leg standing alone, shivered violently. Hearing a loud bang, the giant fell heavily to the ground. "Elder brother." The giant brother let out a terrifying cry that almost pierced everyone's eardrums. The giant brother was sad and angry, and began to roll wildly on the ground. The sleepy immortal chains on his body began to break inch by inch, and it was almost a matter of time to get rid of the shackles. The movement of the earth shaking like a mountain, all impacted the senses of everyone. No one understands better than Fubuki what an amazing force this is. Because she used more than 300 sleepy immortal talismans at once. Usually 5 or 6 cards can suppress the sleepy immortal talisman of tiger-level monsters. Now facing such a huge ghost-level monster. The number has reached more than 300, and they still can't overwhelmingly trap each other. This really surprised Fubuki, but his expression changed and he became extremely cautious. "Mountain ape, please go back to the team." The rest of the people opened the fissure barrier, and this weirdo was dealt with by me. Chapter 11 The 4-Line Annihilation Cone. Wow wow wow. The members of the Fubuki team set off in unison, and immediately formed a phalanx near Fubuki. A huge blue spherical barrier was immediately built around everyone. If you look carefully you can find it. All the members of the Fubuki team had the exact same pendant hanging around their necks. It is shining brightly, maintaining the so-called crack barrier. As for blowing snow, it is to take out an arm-length iron awl from the storage device. The texture of each awl is extremely mysterious, and the front end is more angular than the mushroom, and it is very penetrating at a glance. A total of 12 awls, all floating in the air, began to rotate at high speed under the action of thought power. These things were made in just over a week. Although it was not the first time I used Fubuki, I had never used it so hard before. 12 awls, 4 in a group. In fact, it is 3 sets of combined awls, and it is also the limit of one-time use for blowing snow. Why use so much at one time? It's because Luo Yu said it at the beginning of the design. Just one set is enough to defeat ordinary ghost-level monsters. But in the face of dragon-level monsters, it is not too much to use. Luo Yu also highly respects the use of all 12. Although the giant at the moment is not a dragon, but in the eyes of Fushue, it is already infinitely close to a dragon-level existence. In addition, this is the first time she has shown her strength in front of the world since she received Luo Yu's great help, so there is absolutely no room for mistakes. Do your best to get started. Don't give the giants any chance to survive.